Welcome to another edition of the Unscripted 101 podcast presented by Beat Fact Music. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, DJ Briscoe, for another edition of this podcast. Check it out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube at Beat Fact Music. Now, man, oh man, the divisional round. My picks, here were my picks. The Texans, the Bills, the Lions, and the 49ers. As you all know by now, the results of those, and we now move on to the championship games, the NFC and the AFC championship games, which will feature first game, Baltimore hosting KC. KC playing in their sixth straight AFC championship game. And of course, the second game, the 49ers once again back in the fold, another NFC championship game. Something that they've been used to for the last 10 years off and on. Going against, holy crap, the Detroit Lions? Damn. So, before I make my picks for that, I will talk about the four games. Houston, why did I pick Houston? I just felt Houston could do something special. I like the underdog. Maybe I was naive, you know. I was naive. I don't want to say condescending, but that's a whole different topic. But yeah, Baltimore did exactly what they were supposed to do and did exactly what they were supposed to do. They won the damn game. Plain and simple, no arguments, nothing really to discuss in terms of performances from either team. Of course, Lamar did what he had to do. I shouldn't be surprised. He was my fantasy quarterback this year, so he was very, very great for me this year. I have to give him a shout out for that. CJ Stroud, he's just starting. The kid knows what he's going to do, and he knows how to do it, and he knows what's going to make him an elite NFL quarterback. So shout out to the Houston Texans and of course, Coach DeMeco Ryans doing great things for this first year, you know. So let me get away from that. Buffalo and KC, where do I start? Do I start with the defensive play calling of Sean McDermott? Once again, a little coward here, a little cowardness there. Or is it just the drop passes, or is it just the fact that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce decided that this was the time to put on a show in front of the Bills faithful, leaving millions of Buffalo fans in tears? And I'm sure the whiner line was just absolutely off the chains. My takeaway from that game is that don't blame the kicker. Please don't blame the kicker. And stop with the Scott Norwood foolishness. It was just a bad performance when it comes to the defense for Buffalo. But they had a lot of injuries. And some people say injuries don't matter. They do matter. When you're missing elite key pieces, you're going to, take a fall. But they did try. I can't say it was a great game. It was a great game. So I have nothing else to say. I'm not here to blow everybody up. Buffalo's still going to be there. It's not over, folks. Calm down, relax. They lost the game. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is 3-0 against them in playoff games, but trust me, it's not over. The Bills faithful have a lot to look forward to, especially the way this season started, and it almost ended very early. So that's my take on that. As far as San Francisco and Green Bay, same thing. Just like Houston, they clawed their way. They tried. They pulled. They had that late game fold there, which San Francisco put up the points to win the game. The experience won that game, but again, young quarterback Jordan Love. They're building something in Green Bay. I'm telling you, that NFC North that features Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago is going to be one hell of a war coming 2024 September. So stay tuned for that. So interesting. But not San Francisco. I just spoke about them. But Detroit and Tampa. Baker Mayfield came out and did something. You know, he fought. He fought. And that's all you could do. I mean, there was a couple of blunders at the end of the game with timeouts and all that other stuff. But nevertheless, the better team won as far as I'm concerned. But I'll say this. All the teams that got to the divisional round deserve to be there. I don't care what anybody says. All the teams that played this past Sunday deserve to be there. And the teams that are playing this coming Sunday deserve to be there. So, as far as my picks for the championship games, my Super Bowl game, February 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada, will feature the Baltimore Ravens. I can't believe I'm saying this. The Detroit Lions. Yes. Baltimore versus Detroit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Two cities who have gone through a lot in so many ways. If you've ever been to both of these cities, which I have, you'll understand. So, Baltimore trying to go for 3, and Detroit just going for their first, and just a lot more than that. Just pride and representation and just giving the city that buzz that, you know, they deserve. If you've ever been to Detroit, you'll understand what I'm saying. So, but yeah, that's my take on that. Another topic that happened today, which happened in the NBA, is a coach who has a 30-13 record was fired. I'm speaking of the Milwaukee Bucks. Former Raptors assistant coach Adrian Griffin was fired ceremoniously today by the Milwaukee Bucks front office staff. Now, usually in sports, 30-13 is damn good record. Usually you're in the top, either top 3. Sometimes you're the number 1 seed. But from reports that were circled around the league and just rumors, you know, the team wasn't too fond of him. He's quote unquote lost the team, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's just start with the fact that they fired their championship coach because they lost in the first round to Miami, which they had a bunch of injuries. That didn't give Giannis a smile at all when they fired Budenholzer. They hired Adrian Griffin, who's a little hard-nosed, who demands that the players give it their all on every play. Old school, but it's what traditional basketball, what traditional sports is about playing hard on every play. He's not a fan of load management. Didn't really have any control over that team. You could tell by just some of the decision makings that were happening. The fact that Giannis, his brother, got any playing time. The fact that he's even on that team tells you everything you need to know about the lack of input Adrian Griffin, Coach Griffin, got. So now they go from Budenholzer, great coach, Adrian Griffin, he's going to be a good coach somewhere else. They go to a guy who has had some very interesting situations as a coach in the NBA. Doc Rivers is now the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. And what do I expect from Milwaukee? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do I expect them to win? No. The load management's still going to happen. Doc Rivers, who seems to be very lackadaisical, allows a lot of things to happen. So now the discipline is definitely going to go out the door. You go from a coach who is very disciplined, very structured, and I'm telling you all this not just through what sources say, but through people close to him when he was coaching here in Toronto. You go from that to the waywardness. Don't expect anything special from the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sorry, folks. You can hate, you can get angry, you can get vax. Don't expect anything from them. So, well, from that, I move on to another situation. I had a conversation with a bro of mine, and he asked me a question. The differentials between the NBA versus the NFL. Why is the NFL so powerful? Why is the NBA struggling? Well, another example of why the NBA is struggling right now is because of what just happened in Milwaukee. The NBA is never going to understand that it's about the logo. It should be about the logo and not about the players. Players come and go. When it comes to the National Football League, it's about the logo. The logo symbolizes everything. The brand is the product on the field. No matter who's the quarterback, the wide receiver, running back, fullback, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, safeties, coaching staff, vendors, ticket guys, doesn't matter. It's about the logo at the end of the day. Players come and go. Tom Brady's gone. It's still running like a machine. Football in America has always been a machine, starting from Pee Wee football to junior league football to high school football to college football and, of course, the National Football League, the NFL. It's always been a powerhouse. The passion, the love, but also the business part of football always will outdo the NBA. Because when it comes to football, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to execute the position that you play. Where in the NBA, AAU has destroyed the essence of basketball because there's no such thing as fundamentals being taught. The basics are not even explained. They take you from wherever you are, high school or wherever you are, they throw you on the AAU team, they expect you to perform, and they expect you to do what they need you to do so they continue to get their sponsors, their TV shine. Kids get their Instagram and whatever else social media platform photos up or videos up, and that's it. They leave that, they go to college if they play a year or whatever. They still don't know what's going on because college coaches are not willing to put in the work because they're afraid these guys are probably going to leave due to either the NIA deals or just the transfer portal. Then now, or you just go to G League Ignite. You play whatever you play. It's pretty much extensive pickleball. That's what the G League is now. Nothing is being taught. You go to the NBA and you have no idea how to set a screen or how to run a high A post or a simple pick and roll. These guys don't know how to do it. And then everybody says, why is the European game better? Have you ever watched the European game? Have you ever been around European players or be around European coaches? I have. They demand excellence. They demand structure. They demand you continue to work. Even if a kid scores 12 points in the quarter, parents are still on him. Coaches are still on him. They want him to be better. Now, some of it is excessive with the pressure, but some of it, it's natural. Hey, man, we know you're good, but you could be better. Don't worry about the talent. Put in the effort. So, now to the NFL, again, to finish off with the NFL, they don't have time for that. You either go out there and learn your position, work hard at your position, get in the training room, work on your nutrition, execute yourself to the best of your ability so that when it comes time to get on the field or when your name is called upon, you're ready to go. And even through all of that, the NFL is still about one thing, the logo. It's a global brand, but it's about the logo. The NBA is about the players. Yes, they're global, but it's about the players. You can't sell like that because players come and go. If you want to sell a brand, sell the logo. For instance, right now, I am running this podcast. This is about 101. This is about unscripted. It's about beat fact music. It's not about me. It's about the brand itself. The brand itself, when you are presenting the brand, it will sell. Eventually, it will hit something. Something will make it happen. You just got to keep working hard. And the NFL is going to continue to work hard on presenting the brand and not the players. The players are a part of the presentation, but they are not the focal point. The NBA's vocal point are stars and all this. You always see if you go on social media, the NBA celebrity row. Who cares? Are they playing? I don't care about the celebrity row. I care about the product on the court and the performance of the players. And I care that a player actually plays, not this load management garbage. You go turn on your TV, watch a TBS game or a TNT game, Tuesday night TNT game. Oh, Giannis is sitting. Pardon me? National televised game. That shit will never happen in the NFL. Excuse my French. Never happen in the NFL, folks. Oh, Patrick Mahomes is going to sit for the third quarter. No, he's not. Because he knows it's about the game. It's not about himself. The NBA is about me. A lot of these guys. Not all, but some guys are. Adam Silver, he's got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to sit here and criticize him. But my opinion, he's got a lot of work to do. So until that happens, there will never be a conversation of the NFL versus the NBA, and there shouldn't be. And there never will be. Even if the NBA tries, it's never going to be, because football is a powerhouse sport in America. Basketball is something great, but until the fundamentals are reinstalled in the game exclusively, not happening. You cannot sell a brand unless the players know what they're doing. The NFL, the players on the field every Sunday, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays know exactly what they're supposed to do. The NBA has a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing on the court. I'm just saying. So, enough talking from me, ladies and gentlemen. This is another edition of the Unscripted 101 podcast presented by Beat Fact Music. Have a great day, have a great night, have a great afternoon, or wherever you are in the world. Keep listening. Peace. Respect.